Welcome, students, to the distance learning class for Mr. Kunishima. I hope everybody is doing well. I know this is pretty stressful times and very unique situation. I also hope the last 2 weeks everybody's had a good chance to just kind of take a break and kind of get away from it all. And I actually hope that everybody's kind of looking forward to getting back to starting school, but in a completely and totally unique way. So in science class, the plan is to use Go Formative, as we've been using all year long, as well as maybe some Flipgrid and other project type assignments. And we'll also use the Discovery book as well. It looks to me like what we have is at least 5 weeks that we're going to be doing this for. And we're going to try to be as similar to what we would learn and what we would do in class, just doing them more distance learning. So I'm going to try and do as many of these videos as I can so you can hear me and kind of get an idea of what I'm looking for you to do. But what I'd like to do is do Go Formative assignments, anywhere from maybe 30 minutes to 40 minutes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On Thursdays, we're going to try and do some type of project type assignment. So this week, I'm going to have you guys do Flipgrid. And then Fridays will be just for quizzes. And it's going to be a 10-question quiz. It'll cover what we did this week. And it will be, you get a chance to do it one time. It'll be open on Friday morning. And then all of the assignments will close on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. So at the very end of the day. And then when we start the next day, I'm going to start grading all of those assignments throughout the previous week. And then we'll have the next week's assignments up and running, which I can imagine it's going to be, again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Go Formatives. Thursday will be some type of alternate project. And then Friday will be a quiz. I will hold office hours. They're going to be virtual office hours. Will be from 10 to 11 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That means that I will be at my computer during those 2 hours, answering all the emails that I can. But I can tell you I'll probably be answering all my emails throughout the whole entire week. There's a lot that I'm doing other than just trying to help the students as best they can. So if you have any questions, please email me, and also utilize the school's My Classroom School webpage, because I'm going to put the assignments up there as well. So for today, I'm going to kind of try and go over what you have to do for the first day, which is Monday. And before we do that, we'll go ahead and start with the way that we normally start with, which is let's do a minute of breathing, because I'm sure all of us can probably stand to use that. So if you can humor me and put your hands on your heart and close your eyes, and we'll do 1 minute. Ready? Awesome. Thank you. Okay, if you would like to get out your composition booklet, you can take any notes that you want during this time. I'm only going to probably be maybe 3 or 4 more minutes, and then I'll be done. So this first day is about engage. So it's pretty much just getting you kind of prepared and getting you kind of understanding what we're trying to cover. So we've already covered a little bit about the fossils, a little bit about rock layers. The last section we kind of went over evolution. And so this next bit is about evidence of evolution. And so on the very beginning of your Go Formative, you have activity 1. On question 1, it says, what kind of evidence do you think can be used to explain and support evolution in organisms, including humans? Pretty much looking for maybe a couple of sentences worth, and you just go ahead and answer it in your Go Formative. For that particular question, and for many of them, they're going to come up as gray, which means I'm going to hand grade them. I, again, will be doing that at the end of the week, early next week. And then there's a few that we will get greens on, and you'll see which ones they are. Skipping down to activity number 2, we have ask questions. Ask about flu shots, and I think we kind of talked about that earlier before we were sent away about flu shots and who has gotten a flu shot. So pretty much what I like you to do is on question number 2, write down 3 questions that you have about vaccinations. And I'm sure if you're following this coronavirus story, you're probably getting a lot of information about viruses and vaccinations and things like that. On activity 3, it's going to start with 3 questions, questions numbers 3, 4, and 5. Just answer those. Then you're going to read the text. It does say to read and highlight. Because I have everything on Go Formative, there's no reason to highlight, but what you can do is you can actually note down anything that you would maybe highlight, put it in your notebook. And that's going to be a good way for you to actually type down notes and write down notes that you can then use for the quizzes that you're going to take at the end of this week on Friday, because they are open book, open note quizzes. Moving to question number 6, still on activity number, I believe it's 3 or 2 in this concept. Oh no, it's activity 3. In this concept, you will learn about evidence for evolution, including how it can produce new forms of viruses and organisms. Based on the discussion, what was an additional question you could ask? So just asking you to write one more, and I put on the Go Formative, you may ask a question about the current pandemic that we're in right now. And then finally, for evaluate, activity number 4 for the evaluate, for questions 7, 8, 9, and 10, these are going to go as either green or red. So you're either writing true or false. Write the whole true with capital or false. And obviously, if you get it wrong, then fix it. Fix it before you hit submit. And then finishing out, you have question number 11. You want to write 3 sentences. What is true about the evolutionary history between humans and apes? And you can use the diagram up above to help you answer the question. Finally, for question number 12, you want to write at least 2 questions that you have about human evolution based on the evolutionary tree. And then for question 13, I'm going to give you a point for it, but what I'd just like you to do is just tell me how long that you spent on this assignment. What I want to do is get a gauge as to how long it's taking, and just tell me how many minutes, you know, I just need to get an idea of how long it's taking the average student, and I'll maybe do some type of data table or graph on that, see how we're doing. So that's it for today. So it looks like I'm about 8 minutes, 30 seconds. That's about kind of what I would do, is probably anywhere from a 5 to 10 minute little brief explanation each day of what you have to do. Again, please email me any questions if you want to have a Zoom meet with me, or excuse me, it's not Zoom, it's a Google Meet meeting with me. Let me know. We're going to try and do those on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 11. But I wish everybody well. I hope everybody's doing really good. Make sure you go out, get some exercise, get some sun, and good luck with this week.